right at the bottom of the dam, which that was today's mission, to get to the bottom of the dam. Yeah, right at the bottom. And now this is arguably the best little swimming spot between the dam and Pepsi pools. Listen to this water running here. Can you see it there? We were just talking about this. We're in the forest here, but it won't be too long. Here's a nice step here. Here goes this water running down there. Today we're doing something. We've actually walked quite a bit without any recording yet. I'll make them generally a bit shorter now and leave it for the highlights actually. And today's going to be another new one, something new that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. And it's all men's today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, 5 men today. And we're going to go down, do some kloofing in the Swartrivier, the Black River. Swart is black, rivier is river, Black River. And we're going to go climbing down steeply. Blind Cole is with us today. And we still don't know, we haven't decided exactly where we're going to be climbing down. Once we get onto the footpath out of the forest, we will have to decide. I suggested that we basically just look at the river from up there, because the path is fairly high above the actual river, and if we see any gap, the original idea is that we go to the dam and go down, not onto the dam wall like we always do, but below it, and go park in the water or in the river just below the dam wall. That's the original idea, and we may do it. But if we actually see anything, any particular section where we can go down that looks quite spectacular, maybe in the river, we may not even go all the way to the dam. So let's go and see what we decide to do. We've reached this road here, basically just exited the forest now. And okay, I think I'll zoom in a bit. Highest peak in the mountain is let's just get this tree out the way here. You're not going to see it on the GoPro. A little white dot on top of Craddock Peak there. There's 2 little buildings on the top of Craddock Peak. That's your highest in the mountain range here. Been there before with a GoPro before, but quite a while ago. And then Van Dalen's Peak, the cave, you may or may not see if you look ever so carefully. You'll see the cave there. Now I've got good news for you. Very good news for me. What has happened is that some people have made the effort of opening up the trail that leads to the top saddle there. We go to the saddle, and from the saddle to the cave. But somebody has gone, or some team has gone and opened up that entire section, which used to be a bit of a mission. You would only know where you were if you were experienced and you've gone there before. And now it's nice and open. So whoever it was, apparently, now I haven't seen it, but a friend of mine told me that it was opened up. And I am most grateful for that. It won't be long, and we're going to be heading down to the river at the bottom. We are just going to now sit and wonder, just try and find one of the best places where we can go down. Wherever it's going to be sharp down. That is a guarantee. Caution, falling rock. We do not accept responsibility for any injuries, loss or damage whatsoever when entering this area, which we've been entering for over 20 years, man. But Waterworks is busy with a project. Some civils firm is busy with a project to make open this road, make this road accessible, drivable again, because it was a road before my time here, and then it became a hiking trail. And with a hiking trail, because there were no vehicles here anymore, and now they've started a project presumably, my logic tells me, my common sense tells me, to make things accessible to the old dam again. What they intend to do, if they intend to do anything at the old dam, I'm not sure. Maybe revamp it a bit. But they've created a bridge, which must have taken them quite a bit of time, quite a bit of money. So to do that and make that worth it, they must surely have some sort of plans for the old dam. And stop calling me Shirley. What was that movie? There was a movie. Surely this and surely that. And just stop calling me Shirley. I was just looking at this flower, and it stands out from the rest because it's got some of the white ones on it, whereas 99.9% of the rest are pink. And then suddenly you get this mixture between pink and white, which is also quite pretty. But we just passed a section of the road that was deliberately made wide enough for the trucks to obviously be able to turn, because we're pretty close to the concrete bridge that they had made. So obviously concrete trucks that have had to come all the way into the mountain here to bring that concrete have to turn around, and maybe some other trucks and younger, smaller vehicles and stuff. And I think I'll record now when I get closer, and you'll see this like ridge on the left, which looks totally different now. Here you can see, this is, even during these dry times, look at this. You've still got water dripping down here. To my amusement, it's like there's a fountain. You can see the wet sections here where this water comes down. And here they'd laid a drainage pipe and laid some rocks at the bottom here. Check the rocks there, Milt, that they've laid them, and that pipe there. So this year they'd obviously hammered open all of this. They've had to hammer open more, and here's another one of those drainage pipes. Sorry if I keep talking about this work they've done, but the whole thing is, it is just so totally different to what it used to look like when it was basically just a hiking trail. First a road before my time, especially in the days when they had to build the old dam, and then nobody took much interest and it became totally hopelessly overgrown. Then it became a hiking trail, and now recently this has all started, and this year makes people's lives, certain people's lives, a lot easier to get to the dam, because not everybody was keen to scramble over, down the rocks and up the rocks. And now they've built this very solid, strong bridge here. Now since we've reached the dam, we've constantly been looking for a place where we can climb down here. But it is like seriously overgrown compared to the last time I came down here. Yeah, it's open, but it's incredibly steep. It's open, but it's steep here. And a lot of loose rocks that you can slide here. So we have been thinking about possibly just swimming in the dam, which is something I've never done before, but I can guarantee you that the water in that dam is going to be pretty dirty probably, especially when it's low. And I can guarantee you that it's going to be low. It's going to be at one of its lowest, because you can hear the water that sieves, that leaks through it, and we don't lose that water because it runs to the Garden Route Dam. But yeah, so we don't lose that water. We want to, dearly would be nice to go down there and go and swim in that water. That is where I want to be. It's a matter of matter of how we get there. And then let's have a look and see if there is any water still these days in this dam. Hard to believe it used to be the dam of George, and it's just as amazing to know how many people are not even aware of this dam. This was one time so low. Let me put this on here. This used to be so low once, not used to be, there was one time it was so low that the water stopped there. Put my screen on again, so it went there, and right where my fingertip is, that's where the water stopped. This stage still, it's carrying on and goes around that corner. That was the lowest that I had ever seen it before. Now somebody has got to give it a go to see what it's like to try and go down here. So we agreed that, see, here's the trail. Now we got to go down to the bottom there, which is about 100 meters down at least, I'd say. And somebody's got to do the reconnaissance work, and I told them to keep a close eye over me to try and establish what they think about the work, whether it's worth it, what it looks like. Does it look like it's one huge effort? Does it look perfectly doable? Does it look too risky? Or what does it look like? Yeah, you can see for yourself how rocky it is every single step. I tell you something, this would be seriously rocky, dangerous, maybe even for a blind guy to come down here. That is for sure. You got a lot of bushes. I'm not even gonna have the time. I tell you, it's fucking dangerous here. You really gotta have your mind focused on whether you're willing to take this risk. I'll catch you now. I've just come out of that seriously thick bush there. This gets done with some determination. When you hear the water and you are adamant you want to get to it. Man, do I look like I'm sweating a bit? Coming through there, the area of the unknown, thick bush, doing some recce reconnaissance, and the reward is magnificent when you reach the open river. The river's so low, I don't even need to take my shoes off by the looks of it. Many dry rocks here. Boy, this is beautiful. This is stunning. And just do some hoppity skippity jumpity, possibly take my shoes off here. Right at the bottom of the dam, which that was today's mission, to get to the bottom of the dam. Yeah, right at the bottom. And now this is arguably the best little swimming spot between the dam and Pepsi Pools. So it's been a mission to get down to here, but definitely going to make it worth it. I'm going to swim in this big pool, not this one, the one that we showed now. Make this all this hard graft down here worth it. 2 of the guys stayed at the top and 3 of us came down. Pretty cold. This is, you can't see, this is what's called the Swartrivier, the Black River. You can't see what is below it. You can't see anything. You've got no clue. And black doesn't mean that it's dirty. It's just all, as I've said before, mountain stuff, good stuff, that ends up in it and makes it this color. I wouldn't say it makes it dirty, it makes it this color. That's the right way of putting it. This is worth it, coming down here. Let's check this. Ooh. Let's take a little dip. Oh man. This is so nice. So nice. It's deeper, actually, I must say it's deeper than what I thought it's going to be, which pleases me. I don't know if it's a good idea swimming because I think I'm getting a cold, but I can't say for certain. Okay, to give you a perspective, I'm standing right now. I'm standing. Okay, now walking, just touching my toes, and let's go to the left, standing on left. Anyway, enough of me. Check the scenery here. Let me take a photo of this here.
Okay. I'm going to come float now, but I don't want to float too long in this cold water.
Yes, and don't shoot too much because there are rocks all over the place.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
this is, and it's worth coming down for.
Suddenly the dam just looks a lot bigger when you're at the bottom, and you get a better idea about the work that was done to build it. But this is quite a nice pond. I think this is
way deeper than you and Esther went for. Was it the same?
Yeah, I think she and I ended up being the one further down the stream.
Oh, yeah. And this wasn't such a mission getting done.
No, it wasn't.
That it was doable.
It was doable, yeah. And when it is what you make of it, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Got to make it worth it.
You've got to make it worth it. I'm going to just now go and eat something and then make a recording because I'm between that rapid and the one coming out the dam.
Yeah.
Imagine the nice stereo recording. And then,
I'm on the opposite end of the pool.
oh, can I come to you?
Yeah, I'm sitting on a rock. Don't come too quickly because there are rocks all over the
Yeah.
place. You don't want to blast yourself.
Here comes blind call. Tell you, if he could make it through down with some good help from Melt, one has to say. Pretty amazing that they made it down that bush. Let's go for another swim here. The second and last swim, because admittedly it is a mission. Yeah, most of these rocks are alright to step on, but some can be pretty sharp. So I think I'm going to go for a nice second one, nice second quick one, and then let's just stay at the top in case you bang your knee or something on, what is this thing? Something on top here. Let's look at that damn wall. Looks like a cigarette, but it can't be mine. I put all my cigarettes into my bag, but I've picked it up. Look at these patterns. Just holding the camera still now. All these constant patterns here. In the water. Looking up. This camera does not do the height of that dam justice. May look even higher if one gets a little bit, ever so little bit closer. There are invisible rocks here and you don't know what's where, and then suddenly there's nothing and suddenly you've got rocks. Awesome. Meld, gaan julle op met diezelfde plek weer? Dan sal ek saam met julle kom. Just confirming with my two colleagues that came down that I'll go up the same way as them this time, all three of us together. Oh. Nice and cool. Nice and cool and fresh in the water. Oh man. This was my mission. This is what I wanted to come and do. And it ended up being at the place. There was a chance it was going to be at another, end up being at another spot perhaps. I wasn't too sure how overgrown it was going to be able to get down here. And then it ended up being doable. Mission, make no mistake, mission, as I was expecting, but doable. When you're determined enough, then you can make it down here. Well, I suppose one's got to end your swim, put your shoes on and head back, because it is a bit of a further walk back in our previous swimming spot. I thought it was recording nowadays. We're on our way back up. Have a last look at this pool. No, it's not going to be the last time we'll be in it. We've done it before, and if it's proven to be possible, we're definitely going to be doing it again.
If it's possible for a blind dude to do it, well, you can do it.
Exactly, Cole. If blind Cole can do it, if blind Cole can do it, anybody can do it. And now the work starts to go up to the top there.
Okay,
I came down on the other side there,
I'm going to follow you loose.
and this time I'm following two colleagues here to go up the way they went up. This will be a nice photo from this angle, eh? So now we've got some serious scrambling to do through bushes and stuff. But we were adamant we're going to do it today and get to this water, which we did. And it's lovely, lovely swimming in it, man. Get my battery nog iets. Check this sign here, private property. They've put these signs at all the most common places of the railway line, basically to make people aware of the power van. Power van is like a little miniature train that comes on the railway line. We've just crossed it and then we go, yeah. I wonder what all these signs cost them. It's metal. Is it metal? I wonder if it's metal. They've obviously, somebody must have told them exactly where it is that all the pedestrians, all the hikers, cyclists, trail runners across the railway line mostly. I wonder whether we want to take that maybe, or whether we want the same forest. Let me stop recording. We've been in the forest here for quite some time, which is nice. Shade. And now here in summertime, February. At least those seriously hot days we had were quite a while ago. Only time will tell whether we're actually going to be having such heavy hot days again in February. We should, because February is not over. And this is our hottest time of the year. But anyway, so we've been in the nice shade of this forest for quite some time. And I was actually amazed by one particular stream that it had more water than the one that always has water. The one that always has a few drops basically running down, and the one that we just crossed was a proper little stream. Anyway, here's blind Cole in front of us being led there, and I'll tell you, take my hat off to him for making it down to that. He was equally as determined to make it down to that water to swim, and it was rewarding. So let's enjoy the shade while we can here. You know, sometimes one should take a video of some closer things, eh? These ones are so spectacular with all the stripes. Let me get the shade out of the way there. With all those stripes on them here. And they obviously made to have that water in them. There's a third one at the bottom there. That's quite spectacular. One should really stop sometimes if one sees things like that and record that too, man. Nice having clips of looking far and opposite the valley and things like that, but one must also take a few clips of closer stuff. Amazingly muddy at parts of this forest, considering how dry it's been in the past few weeks. We haven't really had any decent rain to speak of in the, certainly not in the recent past. But is this shade handy now? That is for sure. Earlier I recorded something like half an hour accidental file and discovered that on the GoPro as I took it out. So this battery indicator of mine is like on red now, not yellow anymore, it's on red. But we've reached this, which means we're close. You can even maybe see the reservoir ahead of us there. There's waterworks, and that, when you see that, you know that you're pretty close. And we've just heard a baboon. Lovely. I love the sound of baboons. We might see them, I might be able to record them. Oh, there they are. There they are. Oh! Oh! I can see them with the naked eye, but you're not going to see them. They on that top hill there. A completely different troop altogether. But boy, the man has sure told his troop that there are people. And anyway, so that's it. Close to home. Thanks for joining. I haven't made a lot of recordings on the way back again, but hopefully you enjoyed the swimming and the adventure, because it was an adventure doing it for the first time, testing to see what it's going to be like. So you are welcome to click on like and subscribe and all that stuff. That's a pretty common thing that one says normally, and but if you don't, it doesn't matter to me, because I'm going to look at this video in the future and I'm going to enjoy it, to inspire myself to go down to this swimming spot again and go and swim down there like we did today. Oh man, I love these baboons. There's one baboon. I love baboons. Thanks for joining, guys.